Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. In our top story, in the last few weeks, Seaview Nursing Home has been one of the top items in the headlines after recent evictions highlighted the nursing facility. There are a lot of uncertainties as to the nursing home's future, but how are things going at the facility now? News 2's April Knight paid them a visit and brings us this report.
Seaview nursing home officials say they're operating normally, this in spite of the recent controversy surrounding the abrupt removal of patients by the Department of Human Services. But if the VI government doesn't pay its bills to the facility this week, they may not make payroll on Friday. Nonetheless, Seaview Administrator Adeline Williams-Connors said that their financial challenges never reflect in the quality of patient care.
That does not impact directly on the level of care that we give to the residents and the sincerity of our actions.
On Tuesday, Connor showed off various areas of the facility, from the dining room to the lounge to patients' bedrooms. Patricia Testamark's mother, Sandra Arnold, is one of the patients at Seaview. Residents like herself have quite a full schedule.
There is a social exercise activity, whether they are going out on a field trip. They have opinions for the senators and the governor, what they should be doing or what they should not be doing. They're a very lively group.
According to the administrator, with Seaview in the news a lot recently, there are many misconceptions about the facility that she would like to dispel. She said there are those who even think that the facility is already closed.
A lot of rumors across town that Seaview is closed, that Seaview is falling down, Seaview is abandoned. No, we are not.
As for the 10 patients removed from Seaview on September 26, 4 have been returned to the facility so far.
We are expecting more to come back.
Reporting for News 2, I'm April Knight.
In other news, at a Public Services Commission board meeting on Tuesday, PSC Chairman Clendenin has issued his hearing examiner's report on the matter of Momentum Telecom's application for authority to provide telecommunications services in the territory. Other telecommunications companies have risen up in protest of Clendenin's report, saying the PSC is overstepping its authority. But Clendenin disagreed. Here's a little piece of that board meeting, and we will have more in a later newscast.
The conclusion, after soliciting written testimony from the government, the VI legislature, stakeholder utilities, consultants, the public, hearing public testimony, is that the PSC has always had clear jurisdiction over telephone service, including telecommunications, as set out in subsequent federal law.
There's some quick election news here. The St. Croix District Board of Elections, they'll be conducting testing of Automark and DS200, which will be utilized during early voting on Thursday, October 20th, 5 p.m. at the St. Croix Elections Office. You are invited to witness that process. Early voting is scheduled to begin on Saturday, October 22nd and concludes Monday, October 31st from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you have any questions, feel free to contact the St. Croix Elections Office or St. Thomas. St. Croix's number is 340-773-1021. Turning to crime reports, on Monday, October 17th, around 4:20 p.m. 21-year-old Malachi Francis was arrested and charged with forgery and possession of stolen property. Here's more from the VIPD.
Ms. Vasquez, who's a 74-year-old senior citizen, reported to Banco Popular that 3 of the checks had been stolen from her home. Malachi Francis presented one of her stolen checks to the bank in the amount of $1,200 after he had forged her signature and attempted to cash the check. The Economic Crime Unit was called to investigate the matter at Banco Popular, located in Fort Milner. Francis was placed under arrest for forgery after he admitted to the officers that he had forged Mrs. Vasquez's signature on the check. Bail for Malachi Francis was set at $10,000.
Governor Kenneth Mapp has proclaimed October Domestic Violence Awareness Month. The color purple is trending on social media as citizens show support for the fight against domestic violence. Locally, various organizations have scheduled events throughout the month. News 2's April Knight has more.
Organizations across the territory are marking Domestic Violence Awareness Month, opening the community's eyes to the impact of domestic violence.
Pause and recognize victims persons who have lost their life as a result of domestic violence.
On St. Thomas on Thursday, the Family Resource Center is doing its annual march and candlelight vigil at Emancipation Garden.
Right at 5:30, we'll be having our domestic violence awareness march and candlelight vigil. Right along with that, we'll have the event on St. John. That takes place around the same time. On St. Croix as well, the Women's Coalition leads the event over there.
During these events, awareness is not the only goal. They also want to make sure the community knows about services that are available to those affected by domestic violence. According to Government House, nationally, an average of 3 women die each day as a result of domestic violence. Government House numbers also indicate that some 260 Virgin Islanders have fallen victim to domestic violence. Other events related to the month-long observance continue beyond the St. Thomas Vigil on Thursday.
Annual meeting, which is next Thursday at Bolongo, and it's our Board of Directors annual meeting, and the public is invited to that.
Family Resource Center is also fundraising through CC's Closet, which will be showcasing their products at Yacht Haven Grand.
At what used to be Havana 9 in Yacht Haven Grand, next Friday, the 28th, we'll be there throughout the day.
Reporting for News 2, I'm April Knight.
If you need additional information on these events on St. Thomas, you can call the Family Resource Center at 776-7867. A retirement ceremony for VI Air National Guard Chief Master Sergeant Neville Lee, after 31 years of military service, will be held on Wednesday, October 19th. It's at 10 a.m. at the Joint Force Headquarters in Estate Bethlehem, St. Croix. Chief Lee was born in Bedford, England, of Caribbean parents from Montserrat, and then moved to Connecticut in 1976. He enlisted in the U.S. Air Force in December 1984 after 8 years of active duty. He joined the Connecticut Air National Guard in 1991 and later transferred to the VI Air National Guard in 1993. Chief Lee held numerous duty assignments to include Counter-Drug Coordinator, Southeast Regional Counter-Drug Coordinator, Information Management, and Security Forces Augmentee. Virgin Islands Port Authority Board of Governors approved a non-cash policy which will be effective November 1st for the authority's Marine Division at its September 22nd board meeting. Cash will no longer be accepted at the Port Authority's seaports. Users of VIPA's marine facilities have several options to pay port use fees. Contact VIPA's accounting office to establish an account, or pay at the seaports using a debit card with the Visa logo, a credit card, Visa or MasterCard only, or pay via check. VIPA will continue to accept cash at its seaport until November 15th to give customers time to set up an account or obtain debit or credit card accounts. Haiti relief efforts continue in the VI. A new trailer will be stationed at Tutu Park Mall on Thursday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and they will be there until next Thursday with the help of Senator Blyden, who teamed up with Kappa, Smith Bay, East End Rotary, Sleepy's Trucking, and churches. Relief efforts continue also at Foster Plaza, East End Lumber with Pastor Hazel and Pastor Eddie, and that's from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. They say the most critical and immediate supplies needed for Haiti are roofing and clean water. Rotary District number 720 also accepted monetary donations. You can contact Jacqueline Heiliger, who is the disaster chair, at 340-277-3201. Meanwhile, in Georgia, Haitian Americans answer phone calls to a hotline they set up for people interested in donating to relief efforts in Haiti, more than 600 miles away in South Florida. Volunteers stream into warehouse daily, sorting medicine, hygiene products, and other items for delivery to the island nation. A medical team led by the Haitian American Nurses Association of Florida, they land in Haiti. Nationwide, Haitian Americans are leading relief efforts for their home country after Matthew killed hundreds in the southern portion and caused panic over rising cholera outbreaks. And as we know, that number has risen to 1,000. As Donald Trump's poll numbers continue to slip, the Clinton campaign is working to clean up another email mess. The State Department is fighting off attacks that an official tried to cut a deal with the FBI to have an email unclassified. Stacey Cohen reports.
There was no quid pro quo, there was no bargain.
Is it another October surprise? Newly released documents have led to allegations of a quid pro quo bargain between the State Department and the FBI over Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server during her time as Secretary of State. According to FBI notes taken during the investigation, Undersecretary of State Patrick Kennedy urged the FBI to declassify one of the emails in question. During one interview, a different FBI official said he told the State Department he'd look into the email if State looked into his request for personnel in Iraq. State Department spokesperson John Kirby says there was absolutely no deal made.
No, there's not only is there no proof, it's absolutely not true. Completely false allegation.
At a press conference on Tuesday, President Obama weighed in, saying there's nothing here.
The accounts that have been put out there are just not true.
This is a bigger event than Watergate.
Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump seized on the document release, tweeting pay to play, collusion, cover-ups, and now bribery.
This is a felony corruption.
The real question now may not be what really happened, but rather how will this further impact voters' trust in Clinton, where the latest twist in the never-ending email controversy will unquestionably be among the questions she faces in Wednesday night's debate. I'm Stacey Cohen reporting.
Keeping our eye on the economy, M&Ms will soon have a trendy, permanent new flavor, caramel. Each bite-sized lentil of the newest candy has a soft caramel center covered in milk chocolate and its familiar colorful shell. It's a tasty addition to the milk chocolate, peanut, and peanut butter flavors. A Mars chocolate researcher says caramel is the fastest growing segment in food right now. While candy lovers are thrilled about the news, they'll have to hang on for a while. Caramel M&Ms won't hit the market until May, so not in time for Halloween. Let's take a look at the stock market watch at the New York Stock Exchange. According to the numbers there, everything up. The Dow 75, NASDAQ 44, S&P 500 13. Coming up on NEWS2, we have much more straight ahead, so come right back. We'll be right back. Beautiful scenes there from World Food Day on St. Croix. For the second consecutive year, AT&T is awarding a contribution of $28,000 to the Community Foundation of the Virgin Islands to provide local teacher grants in the 2016-2017 school year to promote science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, or STEM education throughout the territory. Grants will range from $250 to $5,000. And they are open to professionals in the U.S. Virgin Islands public school system to implement an innovative project in the classroom or school. Funding is awarded on a competitive basis. Applications for the 2016 U.S. Virgin Islands AT&T STEM grants, they are available now online on the website and must be submitted to CFVI no later than Friday, November 18th, 2016. October 17th to the 21st is National School Bus Safety Week. And the Virgin Islands Department of Education announced the 2016 theme, which is right there, Bully-Free Zone. And that was derived from a national poster contest held in 2015. The Department of Education has a zero-tolerance policy on bullying. Parents are urged to speak with their children about bullying, what they should do if they are bullied, and not to engage in bullying others. According to the American School Bus Council, school buses are designed to be safer than passenger vehicles in avoiding crashes and preventing injury. Breast cancer awareness continues, and the Charlotte-Kimmelman Cancer Institute, a subsidiary of the Schneider Regional Medical Center, they will be hosting the 5th annual Cancer Survivor Appreciation Day on October 25th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. to celebrate cancer survivors. Free services by businesses in the private sector, such as manicures, therapeutic massages, haircuts, and styling for men and women, and professional makeovers that will be offered. Cancer Survivor Appreciation Day is a day of pampering for cancer survivors. Now, you must call to register, and the number is 340-775-5433. We'll have details on tomorrow's newscast. In celebration of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the American Cancer Society, they will be holding the 18th annual Breast Cancer Awareness 2-mile walk or run on Sunday, October 23rd at 4:30 p.m. The walk run starts and finishes at the West Indian Company Dock, Waiko, in Havenside, behind Wendy's restaurant. Registration numbers will be distributed from 4 p.m. Awards will be given to the top 8 finishers in various categories. This event is open to adults and children. Companies like Innovative, they're encouraging employees to support. For every Innovative employee who participates, Innovative will donate $25 to the American Cancer Society to support the cause. Well, here's an update. The Virgin Islands Department of Health is still awaiting those lab results after they issued a health alert epidemic for keratoconjunctivitis, or EKC. They are encouraging residents to be on alert and see a physician if they develop symptoms. Reports of possible EKC cases were revealed. It's an acute, highly contagious viral infection that lasts for up to 2 weeks. It can also cause scarring of the cornea. The contagious nature of EKC, and kids are urged to stay home because of that if they are infected, to avoid the spread. Other precautionary measures include avoid touching the eyes, washing hands regularly, not sharing items that touch the eyes like makeup and towels, and avoiding close face-to-face contact. 2 refurbished ambulances have been purchased for St. Croix, while the new ambulance is funded by a $10 million line of credit approved by the Senate and the governor are being built. According to the Department of Property and Procurement's Commissioner, Randolph Bennett, one has arrived and the other should be in the territory on Thursday. It is ready to serve residents on St. Croix. Bennett said he had to take emergency action to find the refurbished ambulances to have more than one emergency vehicle working the entire island of St. Croix. Well, the launch of McDonald's McHappy Day was held at the local nonprofit agency servicing VI youth called My Brother's Workshop. The agency has helped hundreds of at-risk and high-risk Virgin Islands youth, keeping them off the streets through vocational training and counseling programs and giving them another chance at life. And this is not the first time McDonald's has chosen My Brother's Workshop as its McHappy Day beneficiary. So this is how it works. Between now and a certain deadline, you can purchase a hand for $1. And on the big day, you can buy a Big Mac, and all of the proceeds go to My Brother's Workshop. McDonald's raised more than $5,000 for the charity, and we'll have more on tomorrow's newscast. World Food Day is designed to educate the community on poverty and world hunger. There was a formal ceremony on Sunday at UVI and an afternoon filled with a food vendor's court, a farmer's market, workshops, demonstrations, entertainment, and free vegetable seedlings. While admission was free of charge, visitors were asked to bring a non-perishable food item for the day's food drive. All food collected will be donated to local food banks. There was a 4-H Youth Super Chef competition, and this year's theme was Climate is Changing, Food and Agriculture Must Too. Well, Brandy fans were out in full force for the Rykel show on Saturday. Since emerging with her three-time platinum self-titled debut album in 1994, released when Brandy was only 15 years old, this trailblazing pioneer has sold over 40 million albums worldwide, with 5 studio albums to her name. Opening for Brandy right there was VI's very own songstress Kenya Eugene, who has performed on stage with Wyclef Jean, Our City, Morgan Heritage, and most recently at the Rykel with India Arie. The evening was capped off with one of Rykel Center's famous after parties featuring music from local DJ Tony T of 105 Jams. Be sure to stick around. Your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.
Well, we have a system to the north, and that has been pulling some moisture from the south, and that has given us showers, thunderstorms, and it looks as though we're going to continue to see that as we go into tonight. So 81 degrees for the overnight hours with some thunderstorms still in the area. In St. John, 88 degrees for tomorrow, and we will see some thunderstorms around for tomorrow as well. Thunderstorms as well in St. Thomas with a high temperature of 88 degrees, and in St. Croix, 86 degrees with thunderstorms. So we're keeping that activity, that thunderstorm activity in the area. Plus, we have small craft advisories in effect for the Atlantic side where waves are 5 to 7 feet. And we have winds out of the south, 10 to 15 knots. So it's pretty choppy out there. And then even on the Caribbean side, we have a small craft advisory in effect. Waves are 4 to 7 feet, and we have winds out of the south, again, rather windy, 10 to 15 knots. Now, as we take a look at our satellite imagery, you can also see how we've had a good deal of clouds here moving across the area. So we will continue to see that unsettled pattern with the showers, thunderstorms lingering through tomorrow. Then for Thursday, we're looking at a shower or two with a temperature of 90 degrees. Friday, we'll see a shower or two in the area, a high temperature once again, 90 degrees. And then on Saturday, we have some sun, only a spotty shower on Saturday. On Sunday, just a spotty shower or thunderstorm as well. And our temperature gets to 89 degrees. Sandy?
Thanks for that. Time for our News 2 weather picture that includes lots of sunshine, white puffy clouds, and great overall scenery there by Joshayla Malone. Joshayla of Ricardo Richards Elementary School. Beautiful colors, Joshayla. Thank you for that. Send us your News 2 weather picture to News 2 Innovative Business Center. The address right there on the screen. Be sure to include all the information we need and then tune in to see it right here on News 2. That is all for now. Thank you for joining us for all the latest. I'm Sandra Gumansing. We will see you next time.